welcome to the Daily Tyranids Unit review for Warhammer 40k 11th edition. Been a few requests, let's look at the Red Terror. So what is the Red Terror, what's it all about? Let's get into it. So you're going to get 130 points, is going to get you the Red Terror. He's got himself some Scything Talons and a 𝗥𝗘𝗪. Unlike the Morlock and the Trigon, none of his weapons are named after himself. Keywords, he's got a lot, so he's an epic character. That means you can only take one of these guys. He's a great Devourer, Monster Burrower, Vanguard Invader, and of course, the Red Terror. Stat-wise, he's nice and quick with that 10-inch move. Only Toughness 8, a 3-up save, and 9 wounds, though. So this is where he does stand apart from the Morlock and the Trigon. He doesn't have that same staying power. You really want to be careful with your positioning with this guy. You do not want to get anything coming after you with anything anti-tank or melter, because you're going to find that 3-up save is not going to keep him on the board with 9 wounds and a lower toughness. But what can he do? Well, what he can do is gobble up a bunch of infantry. So he's got 2 attacks. One of those has got extra attacks. So you're not having to pick between. You can use them both. So he's got his Scything Talons, as many as a dozen attacks, hitting on 2s, strength 7 or 8 if you're in Synapse, AP 2 and damage 2. So very, very good at just chewing through medium and light infantry. Might come unstuck against monsters, vehicles or anything else that's sort of 3 wounds and above. Then he's got the bit that makes him fun. He's got the 𝗥𝗘𝗪𝗪. So 1 attack on a 2 with precision, strength 5, no AP, and D3 plus 2. Quite an interesting damage profile. Now, this is better than it sounds because you're not landing those dev wounds on a 6. What you're actually doing, due to the hilariously titled Swallowed Whole, if you successfully land a wound with that precision attack, a unit is either a beast, mounted or infantry, it just goes straight through. It becomes mortal wounds. So then what you're going to find is actually you're doing somewhere between 4 and 6 wounds with precision. So not necessarily guaranteed, but it could be fun to snipe out, especially as a lot of support characters are cheaper in 11th edition. You're going to see apothecaries, lieutenants, lots of things like that running around, and he's got at least a fun chance at gobbling one of those guys up. The rest of his rules, though, are these. He's a Subterranean Hunter. If at the end of the fight phase you're not in engagement range, you've eaten up everything that was on your plate, you can have dessert. That dessert is tunneling back away into strategic reserves. So you very much want to get the job done every time. You do not want him hanging around. He's also a Serpentine Fiend, so this guy's got better movement than he would appear. Even though he's a monster, he can slither his way through different ruined terrain, so it makes him ideal to stage behind a ruin and then just burst through it. And as a reminder, on the Swallowed Whole, it does get some healing. Now, I feel like this is a sort of unit that isn't going to be able to hang around and take wounds and regenerate them. The enemy is probably just going to gun it down, but if you get to do it, it's a fun and exciting thing to do. So for me, this is a really fun unit. He's very iconic. It's great to see him back in the game. He's going to be, for me, probably quite a command point heavy unit. It's the sort of thing that, unless you're bringing him out of a tunnel marker from Subterranean Assault, you're almost always going to want to drop him via rapid ingress so you can get him somewhere safe, keep him out of danger, and then on your turn, burst through a ruin. Go after an isolated, weaker unit. You don't want to be tangling with Terminators. You want to be going after Guardsmen, Termagants, Scouts, maybe smaller squads of Space Marines, but that I feel is a little risky. You're not necessarily guaranteed to take out 5 Space Marines every turn. You really don't want to get ending up on the board. You want to burrow away. But keeping all of this in mind, I think if you can play him right, he can be devastating. It really is going to punish the enemy if they've got their units spread out, if they're off trying to do actions and secondaries. Red Terror is going to burst out, gobble them all up, disappear. Very hard thing to deal with for your opponent. They're going to have to screen very hard to deal with this. So for me, this is a 4 out of 5. I think a great inclusion in your Subterranean Assault lists, maybe in your Vanguard Invader, so you've got that advance and charge. Maybe you could put him in the Big Crusher Stampede. And I suppose the other thing to keep in mind, as he is a monster, you have got the option to do the new Crushing Impact. So if you've got a unit where you're not sure if you're going to be able to take it out or not, it's more command points, but spend your command points, do your charge, do your mortal wounds, use your precision attack to heal back up if you rolled any 1s, and then disappear and do it all over again. What unit do you want to see next?